Hello and welcome to Wisdom Chambers Youth Review for this week. This beautiful week it has been, and it's a Halloween week, and a happy Halloween. Is that what you say? Happy Halloween! Happy birthday. Happy Halloween to all. And this is one short, big show. Snappy, brief, to the point, exciting, and as always, intentionally beautiful. What do we have today? Milligram, What's On with Elisabeth. Elisabeth is back in town. The week that was with Russ and Erin. Vegans for Christ with Caroline. The Sports Show with Michael. And Film Forum with Erin. Now I'm going to get back to cutting my hair. And we'll see you in a second with Milligram. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Have a look over there. See that TV screen there? Right. Is the TV out of focus or is the camera? I think it's my eyes. Yes, that's better.
Thank you, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, this is Milligram.
Yeah, and you were saying before that, you know, it's Halloween.
Yes, it is.
Happy, how can Halloween be happy?
Well, Halloween
is a scary, gruesome time.
No, Halloween's a fantastic time.
Is it?
Lots of great music on the streets and the kids out playing and trick-or-treating, knocking on doors with M16s. It's a great time of the year. Some of my happiest experiences have been the Halloween experiences.
Really?
Yes.
Well, if you're into the industrial gothic alternative thing,
Perfect for Halloween.
yes, go down to the Agincourt because they're having a Halloween night tonight.
At the Agincourt.
Yeah.
Whoa. Where's the Agincourt?
Gothic freaks. That's on Broadway. Everyone knows where the Agincourt is. They used to have the reggae nights and stuff there.
Ah.
A few parties.
It's kind of a little goth for Halloween.
Yeah.
Yes. Reclaim the Street, Saturday, 1st of November. Everyone should meet at Memorial Rest Park.
Which is in Newtown.
Which is in Newtown, yes.
They're already putting up fluoro big banners everywhere and trippy stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's going to be huge with lots of DJs and bands, including Insurge, believe it or not. Amazing. Yeah, Marty Batfreak, Abel, Sub Bass Snarl, Vic Amino Acid. Yeah, the usual acid crew from down under. But I'm feeling a little acidic, jazzic. And yeah.
I'm feeling crazy and weird.
You're feeling crazy and weird. You're feeling a little Weenish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ween. My review of the week. With their latest album, The Mollusk. Is that how you say it?
Mollusk.
Mollusk. What is a mollusk?
A mollusk is
the front cover.
A crustacean of sorts.
Which is that?
Yes.
A what?
An insect without a spine, except generally does not have 6 legs. That's sort of a combination of fish and crabs, and a crab is an arachnid, but
yeah. With the first song, if you play it now, I'm dancing in the show tonight. Now, it is like something for play school. It's like keyboard, I'm dancing in the show tonight. It's crazy, crazy, crazy stuff, but it's Ween. If you don't know who Ween is, remember their first album, which is just get a close-up of that and push the little daisies. Remember that song? Push a little daisies will make them come up. We actually just played at Livid Festival, and best bands that ever played at Livid got high reviews was Ween and Devo. I'd like to bring some Devo in, but I've only got that on vinyl, so I might do that sometime. But the favourite album of Mollusk is the next song I want you to hear is Mutilated Lips. Now on this one you can hear now it's very ghost-like. Like the whole album's a very underwater world experience. What's that instrument that you'd use to make that ghost sound?
It's a flanger.
A flanger, and that's what they use here, a flanger. Now, Ween is Gene Ween and Dean Ween, and I've got a photo of them, and plus 10 others, and they use a variety of instruments, like crazy, crazy stuff, the usual drums and all of that. Oh, here we go. Woo-hoo. Get that. Two little Western boys from the USA, New Jersey somewhere. Yeah. And the last song of this album that I want you to hear is number 10, and it's Pink Eye on My Leg. And it's just like, this is crazy again. It's just like, wow, 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 wow. And then you hear woof, woof. And then it's wow, 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 wow. Now, if you're into the crazy, crazy, weird spin out stuff, don't listen to this coming down on drugs. Definitely not. But other songs on this album, number 3, Polka Dot Tail. Did you ever see a whale with a polka dot tail? Have you ever tried to sink like an ice cube in the sink? Oh no, tell me it's so, crazy stuff like that. Number 6, the Blarney Stone is just like, they must be out of their mind, drunk and screaming all this dirty stuff. Like that. And a dirty song on this is number 11. I've been singing this all night. Can I say the word?
Sure.
It's waving my dick in the wind, and it's I'm waving my dick in the wind, and it's
Don't ever. 2 rules when you're a man: don't piss uphill, don't piss in the wind.
Yeah. And a beautiful song. This is a song that you could play, to your lover or something. A love song. What is it? Number 7. It's gonna be alright. It's hard for me to sing this song. We've been together for so long. It's gonna be alright. So this is the only decent song on it. And yeah, that's why you should definitely get it. Ween. Ween. Ween.
Well, another CD you should definitely get, although I wouldn't recommend actually purchasing it, is Acid Jazz. This is the first CD. Last week I was talking about the second. I sort of put this one down at the bottom of the pile because I wasn't really inspired the first time I looked through it and I listened to it. But I did find a couple of tracks, having a really good listen today. First track being track number 5, and that is Meat Eaters. The track self-titled Meat Eater, and I really like it. I really do like it. And on a scale of on a scale of, what was my scale?
Decibels. No, you didn't want to do decibels. It was something else.
Well, anyway, I want to turn up really loud.
Yeah, to piss off your neighbours.
Yeah. Okay, I really want to piss off my neighbours. This stuff that's Meat Eaters, good stuff. It's a very long track, 7 minutes long, and very ambient. There's really, the thing I love about it is the amazing MIDI saxophone. They've actually got an electronic saxophone playing, and it sounds dead real. Incredible. They've actually got a little plastic thing which looks like a flute of sorts, and they play that. No sound comes out of it. It all goes electronically through, and they can put all effects and all the rest on it.
What are you playing now?
I'm playing Meat Eaters, track number 5. Yeah, track number 5. Looking for my cover there. This is certainly acid jazz. But track number 7, which is Lionel Moist Sextet, not Sextant, not sexy S, but Sextet, Sextet. Track called Chilling, track number 7. Another interesting track, cut a long track again, 6 minutes, very funky, funky jazz, in a British sense. I know, it's a contradiction. It's a white Brit boy, singing some very funky, deep tunes, and there are some great what's the word? Yeah,
Jazz.
Jazz. He's got a great voice, this boy. Don't know what his name is, but good on him. Yeah, thumbs up to Lionel Moist Sextet, one of the worst names ever. Track 9. Track 9. Nuff Kilo. The track is called B-Hop. B-Hop.
B-hop as in...
As in a bee hopping along the road. B-Hop, yeah, great track.
As in a B-boy, but...
As in a B-boy, but sort of hop and, sort of a pun on hip-hop, trip-hop,
yeah.
bebop. Anyway,
Slip-slop.
Yeah, it's a weird track. It's not too long, I think it's about 5 minutes long, and it's got just basically a trumpet and a saxophone sort of competing against each other throughout the whole entire track. Sometimes it gets a little stressful. You may have noticed that I generally sort of look at about 3 tracks on each CD. I found it very hard to find the third, and Nuff Kilo B-Hop was the third. Not that good, not that inspirational. I don't want to turn up the music too loud. But this is Acid Jazz. There's one more CD coming up after this next week, which is a compilation mix, the bonus CD.
Does it get worse or better?
Gets worse. But
You'll still plug it.
I'll still plug it.
You'll still plug it.
I will, because there's one track on it in particular that I really do like.
Right.
I know. And yep, that was Acid Jazz.
Got a bit of acid jazz at my nose.
Yeah. What are you doing on Saturday night?
Saturday night, I'm going to go see a rap punk band from California, surf ska punk, whatever you want to call it, from the USA, called Agent Orange. They've been going for like 20 years now, and they're playing at the Annandale tomorrow night, and with Numberchuck and Superfly, and it'll be good to see them, you know, even though they're all old and crappy, and they're a bit peed, as I read in the drum media this week. They're peed off because Offspring have ripped off a riff, or a what?
Riff, yeah.
A what? From one of their songs, and now Offspring are famous in Agent Orange. But they're underground, so who cares?
Struggling artists.
Can I just plug, I forgot about the second album of Wing, 12 Country Golden Hits.
One of my personal favourites.
Yeah, it's like, oh God.
You gotta love it.
Plug this, Justin.
Oh, okay.
Isn't she hot?
She's a honey. She's a honey. Who are they? They're the
Atomic.
Atomic. Oh, this is actually Atomic.
Yeah, this is Atomic, featuring Cyber Slut, Strut, and Cat. They came in my store and gave me this, and I said I'd plug it.
At the Q Bar?
It'll be good.
On Sundays.
It'll be good for a
9
perv.
till 4.
It'll be good for a perv.
Good for perv.
Otherwise it might be all crap.
What are they called? The Cyber Slut Strut.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh dear, it just went straight over my head. Anything else really important?
Not really, you know. Front End Loader, University of Western Sydney tonight. And yeah.
Wunderbar!
The Porkers and Dow tonight.
Don't like the Porkers, but
why not?
I just don't like the guy, the singer.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still have a male singer, but
yeah, they do.
Yeah, he actually took my ex-girlfriend away from me a couple of years back, and yeah, I have boycotted them ever since. Yeah, that's a true story.
Well, never mind.
Yeah. Never do mind.
No,
Milligram.
there's always Caroline.
Yes, there's Caroline.
There's always Caroline.
Caroline, the morbid state of depression that she has become is so refreshing. Is so refreshing. And yeah, what do you think? We'll wrap up now and go and listen to some tunes.
Thank you.
No, thank you. And
thank
now,
you.
one thing I want to ask, do we have a tape coming up? That's the question, and we do. Oh, that's marvellous. That's marvellous. So we'll see you soon. Thank you very much for Milligram.
Many miles in the air on the roadway. The next town may be for me. I've had my share of drunken bars and one-night stands, sickly smell of cheap perfume. Played my guitar just to make a buck or two. Can you get it together when you're lonely? Lots of thinking through the cloudiness of drinking, and the only place for me is home. Home is where the heart is, and my heart I'll always follow. Look out on me, my friends, I'm coming home, 'cause the only place for me is home. Telling tales about the homeland, it's bound to get you through. If I could leave this place tomorrow, sure I would, but I'd stay and try just a little bit longer. Another town just as pretty as the last as we drive the Trans-Canada Highway. If I expect too much, I'll be let down too soon. My only friend is inside a bottle. It's a bottle of red, a bottle of Jack. There's been lots of thinking through the cloudiness of drinking, and the only place for me is home. Home is where the heart is, and my heart I'll always follow. Look out on me, my friends, I'm coming home, 'cause the only place for me is home. In the air on the roadway, next town may be for me. I've had my share of drunken bars and one-night stands, sickly smell of that cheap perfume. Played my guitar just to make a buck or two. Can you get it together when you're lonely? There's been lots of thinking through the cloudiness of drinking, and the only place for me is home. Home is where the heart is, and my heart I'll always follow. Look out on me, my friends, I'm coming home, 'cause the only place for me is home.
Gathered up some more events for things coming up this weekend and the next few months in Sydney. First, and the biggie for if you want to go out and do things, see some museums this weekend, is the Sydney Open, organised by the Historic Houses Trust. first of its kind for Sydney. There'll be about 50 properties open that are normally closed to the public, just for one day only. The open days like this are very popular in other big cities around the world, like London and Edinburgh and Chicago. So now it's Sydney's turn, which is great because there's so much out there that we can all enjoy, but it's normally closed and hidden from view. It's a great value because there's about 50 things open, and it's going to be between $10 if you're concession or $15 for adult, and you can just go and see things to your heart's content all day. It's not just old things that are open either, it's also things that are very good examples of modern design, like law firms that we normally don't get to see, refitted kitchens into old buildings, in restaurants, and archaeological digs. So it's a great mix which caters for everyone's interest. I've got a list here of some of the highlights for the day, things to see. There are the Walsh Bay Finger Wharves down at Millers Point. One of your last chances to see these before the area gets redeveloped. There's also the Belmondo restaurant kitchens open in the afternoon. We normally don't get to see inside big kitchens in restaurants. There's also a lot of private houses around Potts Point and Elizabeth Bay up to see. Now I've got a picture here of one of the terrace houses that's going to be open in Elizabeth Bay. This is a house designed by a jeweller and interior designer. It's their private house, and they've been good enough to open it up for the day so people can go in and have a look around and see what people have done to the areas they live in. There's also going to be backstage tours of the State Theatre. You can see what goes on behind the scenes there, and also have a look around the orchestra pit. The Great Synagogue, a rare thing to be able to see. There's one tour going in the morning for only 100 people. There's also the underground men's convenience on Loftus Street that will be open. Now this is an interesting one because 50% of the population have never been able to see it before, and it was also built at a time when there were only men's toilets in the city. There were no toilets for females, so I don't know what the poor ladies did back then, but that should be an interesting one to have a look in. And there's also behind the scenes tours of the Queen Vic building. There's also banks that are open and all types of buildings, but I'll be volunteering for the day in the Lands Department building on Bridge Street. This building was built in 1876, and it's where all our surveyors used to be trained. It's a really fascinating building that no one really ever gets to see inside unless you work there. Shame that the clock tower won't be open because you can only get up to that by ladders, so it's probably not good to be having tours go up there all day. So what we're opening up is the observatory tower. You might have seen it if you've been walking around that area. It's a little golden dome on top of the building, and tours will be going up there. It offers views of the city, and it's set on cannonballs, so you can actually push it and turn it around to see the views. So that's quite an interesting thing to be able to see for a change. Now if you want to go to the Sydney Open, really the only way to get tickets now is to go to the Museum of Sydney on Sunday morning, and once you've paid for your ticket you get a special show bag which is full of maps and notes about all the places that you can see. So I suppose once you do have all your information, the only trouble is deciding which places out of the 50 to spend Sunday having a look at. Now the next thing we're moving on to is a new exhibition about whales that's opening up in Sydney this weekend. It's going to be on for a few months. It's at the Australian National Maritime Museum down in Sydney Harbour, and it features 5 huge giant robotic whales, and the robotic exhibitions always seem to be quite popular with museum goers. We've had dinosaurs and giant insects before. Now it's turn for the whales. There'll be 5 giant whales, and it's probably a really good chance just to get close to a whale, even though it's robotic, and see how it moves and have a good close look. It's open 7 days a week from 9:30 to 5 down at Darling Harbour, and this museum costs $4.50 to $7 to go in and see. One last big thing on the weekend is the Australian Museum is having its popular annual Dinosaur Day. Your children can get in for free if they're dressed as a dinosaur, or once they're inside they can get their face painted as a dinosaur. And there's lots of dinosaur activities and dinosaur fashion parades and whatever on for the children, so that's always a popular day and one worth getting down to, and family tickets are quite cheap to go down to the Australian Museum as well. So whatever you do this weekend, I hope you get out there and enjoy doing some things. Thank you.
Woo! The state government announces a suicide prevention plan. They are guaranteeing $15 million towards the prevention of suicide, and primarily youth suicide. Interesting. They are putting on an extra 80 health youth workers to try and cope with the 700 people or so that commit suicide each and every year. This is a very, 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 very sad fact. It's interesting actually what our Premier has said here. I'm not sure whether this is a typing error or I'm just reading into it incorrectly, but we may not have all the answers to the tragedy of suicide, but we are committed to helping stop other families and communities facing this horror. Does that grab anyone as slightly incorrect, in that we are actually sheltering the rest of the community from the fact that suicide is a big problem in our community?
True.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, listen. Look, we are in a morbid state and we're in a morbid society. And to continue that theme, Caroline. Thank you, Caroline.
Welcome to Vegans for Christ this evening, and I know a lot of you viewers out there, you little Vietnamese girl, it's true. We did a survey on the weekend and we're horrified because we put so much effort into this program every week, and we found out that one 12-year-old Vietnamese girl watches. No one else even opened their door, and no one else even knew that CTV was right below where they live. It was an abomination towards public television. It got me very anxious, and then to top that off, and I'm sure a lot of you uni students out there who aren't watching realize it's assessment week, and you know, we've all been under a lot of stress, particularly me, because I'm like plummeting in despair with all the work I have to do. So I thought a perfect topic to speak about this evening would be stress relief, and I think that we're all going to be quite, you know, there's a lot that has to be done in the area of stress relief, because it does lead to suicide, and stress is a major cause of suicide. Stress or apathy, they're like two, you know, polar. Anyway, so what are some methods of stress relief? Well, you know, you've got different type of people that prefer different types or methods of stress relief, and for the more herbal and, you know, the person that their stress is, you know, on a TER ranking of perhaps 50 to 70, there are plenty of methods such as herbal teas, herbal drugs, marijuana, meditation tapes, listening to 7-hour non-stop series of lapping waves, with some nice rainforest music perhaps in the background, trips to Hawaii. What else do I have here? Let's see, yoga. This is for the more active person. Tai Chi for people that actually want to move in their state of, not depression, but stress. Float tanks. And for those who can't afford a tank full of water, a bucket full of water with a plastic lid. It's equally effective, especially if you place it on top of the stove. Be sure to tell someone to turn it off if you don't have a timer, because there was a case reported in Beijing where 7,000 people that year, I think it was 1986, died of boiling themselves to death in plastic isolation tanks that didn't have automatic timers. That caused a lot of stress to the families, which then tried that as well, and they too suffered death because there was no one to turn off the... Never mind. Anyway, for those who need a bit more of, you know, grunt to their stress relief because they're quite, you know, they're so stressed that they need to smash something, perhaps, let's see, S&M. I was discussing this today with other members of the crew, and they were saying that sex is stress relief. However, I would say it's more causing of stress than relieving. If you actually think of the motion and the action of sexual activity, there's no release of anything except perhaps a male's ejaculation, and that's not pleasant for anyone. Stick beating is always a good thing. Get a large stick, preferably with rusting nails, and if you are unable to beat yourself, find someone to beat you repeatedly, because that transfers mental anguish into physical pain, and physical pain is a lot easier to deal with than mental anguish. You go to a hospital. Whereas psychiatric treatment can be both long and expensive, and we all want to avoid psychiatrists somehow. For those who really lose the plot, and I don't recommend this to all people, but if you do have particular candidates that you feel ready for this, murder or extreme torture can often be quite relieving of stress in most cases. And I find that, you know, we used to have plenty of neighbours. However, sometimes tension builds up and you can do nothing but commit crime. And crime is a perfect method of stress relief, and it tells the Howard government or any other government that's in power at the moment that, you know, situations have gotten beyond control, that, you know, $2 a week for a family of 10 isn't enough in most cases, and it does cause stress, which can lead to crime, which can lead to other social problems. If all else fails, including breaking furniture, bashing siblings, bashing children, bashing priests, going to church, acupuncture with circus tent pegs, pornography, lying in a coffin or a sauna, deep sea diving, pure coma or walks in parks, there is one guaranteed method of stress relief, and this has been recommended by Dr. Wilson Agura Bana from the Institute of Mental Health and Relief of Anguish. Suicide. There are several methods that one can undertake, but the main thing I think to remember is that you don't want to be alive after, because then you have to contend with a lot more stress than you would have had to begin with. Straight out blow to the head with a large rifle, perhaps a hanging, because they no longer have public hangings, and they were a great relief of stress because you could at least view other people's deaths. But nowadays, you know, the only death you do get is suicide. And yes, suicide is a big problem, but it also solves a lot of problems, and I think we all have to keep that in mind. On that note, I'd like to go and perhaps die or kill someone, but all I know is that I have a lot of exams, and I'm going to have to reread my notes and find the best method of stress relief for me. Thank you very much.
I've got some good news. China has just announced their very first rave. It was actually put on by the Australian Production Ministry of Sound, which is actually not Australian. It's actually English and American. But anyway, yes. They called it, it's an ex-army barracks, and they've called it the House Club and Disco. That is the name of the nightclub. And most of the patriots, patriots? Is that the word I'm looking for? As in patrons. Sorry, I was thinking patriots as in Patriot missiles. But anyway, most of the patrons of this disco nightclub were actually military officers in their military uniform. dancing and raving to Here's Johnny. Bam, bam, bam. Yep, it was great. The police were told to look out for people drinking water as they might be eating ecstasy. Big problems in China. Big problems in big China. And we've got problems coming up. Yes, we do have a big problem coming up. The week that was. Erin and Russ, please take it away. Thank you. Woo!
Where are we? Welcome to the week that was.
Hello.
And here we are again after another week of jet setting all around Australia. Just Australia this week.
Just local news?
Couldn't take time, only local news.
Okay.
I think we might have one on Mike Tyson.
Yeah, international news.
But starting off this week, there was a bomb threat that almost brought an abrupt end not only to the life of Kerry-Ann Kennelly but also to the midday show. That was on Wednesday, and unfortunately it was just a threat. It wasn't real. And
hey, Johnny Young was there on that episode.
Johnny's back.
Johnny Young to get blown up.
Gotta love Johnny.
Oh, absolutely.
Was Joey Peroni there as well? Remember Joey Peroni?
Stephen Zammit and Joey Peroni weren't there, but Johnny Young was, and he was saying that he deserved more recognition than he'd got over the years. Yeah.
All right. I thought he got too much.
Maybe he planted it.
All right. But anyway, that's what happened over there. That was at Panthers. That was a big thing they were trying to get.
Great episode.
And apparently there was a bomb underneath one of the old bats that was watching the show.
One of the Westies out at Panthers.
Yeah, one of the water skiers out there. Whatever. Also, Britain's richest pop stars were announced during the week, and David Bowie was on top. Is that surprising?
Is this a legitimate list?
It's legit. It's legit.
Of our sources, is this a legitimate...
$1.3 billion. This includes royalties and all that sort of stuff. So that's...
Because I'm quite surprised at this list, that David Bowie would be number one.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have thought McCartney would have been number one. I think
our sources will not let us down, is it? I mean, this is
reliable
stuff.
Tom Jones at number 3?
I can't believe you doubt it.
I don't think so.
Tom Jones is number 3.
Tom Jones doesn't write his own songs.
$659 million.
He doesn't write his own songs, though. See, where's his money come from?
I don't know.
I doubt this list.
It's true.
Okay, all right. I'll trust you, but I think it's a bit funny.
It's not. Elton John was 5th. Then Clapton, Sting, McCartney. No, McCartney was 2. We missed him. 1.2 billion. I was about to say behind the other two. Phil Collins,
number 4.
God.
Great stuff.
Jagger, Harrison, and Keith. How come Keith earns $100 million less than Mick?
Because Keith's solo albums sell a lot less than Mick's do. I'm not saying that Mick's are better.
Crap.
No,
we're not going to get on.
Yeah, they are pretty ordinary.
But Mick's albums.
I think that's plus Mick acts. Mick is in movies
he's done
too.
A few movies. Yeah.
Yes, Keith is just a
drunken
wastrel.
That's right, he's a heavy drinker. We learned that in the first, if you were watching the first segment. Anyway,
3 weeks ago.
That one's gone, we're throwing that out.
A late item.
Like,
Graham Kennedy.
Yeah, Graham
Kennedy. Gra, reviving the spirit of Gra. Good to see.
I think we could have Graham coming on the show.
What about Johnny Mangoes?
Johnny Mangoes?
He's trusty offsider.
They're crossed. Fingers are crossed.
I see him jogging at Bondi quite often. He's a very handsome man.
Johnny
I might
Mangoes.
ask him to come in.
Mangoes, he's on Fox or something now, isn't he?
That's where all dead celebrities go.
That's where
Fox
they go to
or
sleep.
Optus.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got one of our people was out there and they did a survey in England actually, and it was taken amongst a group of teenagers, and they were talking about the ideal male, and their ideal male was smart, muscular, and handsome, and the two people that most of them mentioned. Wait for this. The two people that most of them mentioned. These are the two perfect men.
Ideal
men.
The
two perfect men in the world.
Ideal men.
Peter Andre.
Can't argue with that, kids. Peter Andre.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep. Very smart guy.
See, they said smart. See, that's where he would have clinched it.
Muscular and handsome. He's got a face like a dwarf.
I
don't understand.
How long?
Yeah. But his face kind of looks like a dwarf.
How tall is he? He's not very tall.
He's about 5'2".
Yeah, he's
There's
just
all
on the
movie
rise.
stars.
He's on the juice.
Yeah, he's on the juice. Of course he's on the juice.
What else happened? Indira Naidoo left the ABC to go to SBS.
Who cares? What's the difference?
Why is it taking up so much space in the media?
She's just a newsreader. I think Sandra Sully stomps all over her. I think Chris Barth stomps all over her. I think she's totally overrated.
Who's the guy with the glasses that reads the
Hugh
Channel 10?
Remington?
No, not Remington. Channel 10, he comes on, he's really got the big part in the hair.
What's
He's
the
just
guy
a full
during
stand-in
Bert
guy.
Newton?
He sits on the bench, and they bring him on every now and then.
Ron
Can't
Wilson.
remember- I don't know. Don't worry about it. I'll find out.
Is
his
he a
name.
winner?
No, he's hopeless.
All right.
And also, what was revealed during the week was mothers who eat a lot of seafood during pregnancy and whilst breastfeeding are more likely to have smarter kids and
With
kids
excellent
with
eyesight.
excellent eyesight. This is true.
Where are these
According
sources?
to
Where's this stuff coming
according to an American nutritionist, Cynthia Schneider.
from? Never heard of her.
Never heard.
Don't know a word.
Not a credible
Don't know a work
nutritionist?
at all.
Who's your favourite nutrition? You don't know anything about nutrition.
I know a lot about nutrition.
Thank you. Do you?
Heaps.
Well, go on. No,
Rosemary
we'll leave it,
Stanton,
we'll
the
leave
Australian nutritionist. She's
Yeah.
the best one.
it. Yeah.
Cynthia Snyder,
Anyway, whilst on the survey subject, there was
another reputable survey.
another survey. You can talk about this.
Oh,
one.
this
You can
survey,
talk.
a sex survey. Where was this survey done? In England or here?
I don't
A
know.
sex
Don't know
survey
where
has
they come
revealed that sex
We've
with
got
the
so
average...
many reports. Sorry. Go on.
We've got reporters
We've got
everywhere.
them everywhere. It's
It's
impossible
hard
for
to
us
keep
to
track of them.
We don't know.
But this one
We
is
just get-
true. This is true.
It's true. They're all true.
The average male takes 20...
This is Aussie.
Is it
Aussie.
20
This
minutes
is an
or,
Aussie man.
or 20 seconds to have
sex with the average Aussie man lasts apparently 20.7 minutes.
To be exact.
Yeah. And
To
they've
be
had a
exact.
few women now that are saying that it's 5 minutes. It's made up of 5 minutes for the encounter, and then the 15 minutes is for them to get dressed and go to the pub. That's what,
I
that's what it says.
reckon most
I know, it's
Australian
0.7.
women are lucky to get 5 minutes.
That's right. I
They
don't
should
know.
consider themselves pretty happy.
Yeah, right. Anyway,
Oh,
what else?
this
have
is
we got
huge news,
Oh,
Australian news.
here? I don't know why this wasn't headlining.
This, I mean, in Dear and I Do, this
no
should have been
idea.
on the front page. The latest celebrity to jump into the Republican issue is Brian Brown, Australia's most
He's going to lend his
animated actor,
muscle. Yeah.
who is going to do lots of ads for the Republican
Who
movement.
could forget Cocktail?
Oh,
I can.
Cocktail,
Crap.
Taipan, he's just made
Just
so
get in
many.
there.
Yep, the ads are going to be huge.
What else did he do?
Can I do this one,
Well,
right?
let's not talk about Brian Brown.
Brian Brown.
All right. And now we've been having a space story, I think,
Every week.
Every week.
Every week.
and our friends at NASA.
That's
Who's
right.
our friend at NASA? What's his name? That professor. Or something.
Chuck Yeager.
Chuck Yeager, that's him. Good friend of ours.
Good man.
Yeah. Apparently the Mars Pathfinder, they've given, they said it's in a coma. This is true. And the prognosis
Is it negative?
it's almost negative. Apparently they haven't had any word from the $378 million piece of crap for
$378 million.
for a month. It hasn't done anything for a month, so they're getting a bit worried, and they're trying to get in contact, and they're gonna launch some huge thing to try and save.
They're
it.
going to spend $500 million
Yeah,
to go and
try
save
get
it.
Yeah.
So why do you think there's such socio-economic problems in America? Could it have anything to do with the fact that
The
there's...
space, well, Reagan's little space, what did you call it? The Star Wars. Or
Wars.
how much did that cost?
Oh,
It didn't even do anything.
$5 billion
Just all
or
these
something?
people coming in saying, "Yeah, I'll build you a rocket." He goes, "Yeah, here's $50 zillion."
Do it.
Anyway,
Unbelievable.
finishing off with a crap story.
Oh, great story.
It's a
Biggest
crap-
story of the
Mike
week.
Tyson fell off his bike during the week. And he broke a couple of ribs.
Was he raping anyone at the time?
No, I think he was. It says something.
Do you reckon he
man.
raped
He was
any
trying to
guys
bite.
in
He was
prison?
trying to bite somebody's ear.
He was trying to what?
Still
Bite-
doing it. He was trying to bite somebody's ear.
He
Serious.
thought he was in the joint.
A friend was an eyewitness. Yeah, that guy, that Jaeger guy from NASA. He was driving
there?
out- Yeah, he was there.
He saw him.
He was there.
What happened? He fell off the
Well,
bike.
he came off his bike, yeah. He was trying to, look at my bike, I'm really fast. You know the way he talked with that lift.
Yeah,
And
what
he
is
just
the
tried
story
to,
there?
he just tried to take off, and he went down, and that was it. But I don't know.
And he
about the
broke a
rape
couple of ribs. Do you
Broke a
think
couple
he's
of
still active as a rapist?
thing. Yeah.
Do
Definitely.
our sources know anything about
No,
that?
we'll find out though.
We'll
find-
put
we'll
Hugh
find it.
Remington onto the case.
Get Hugh. We'll send Hugh over there.
He
We're
knows
gonna-
the score.
We're not joking. Hugh might be coming in next week.
Yep.
He'll wipe the
Yep.
smile off your face. He's a tough man. Anyway, we've.
Yes.
No,
Russ,
it's not.
you've failed to bring in a trash magazine.
I know. I was down the beach today, as you can tell. I'm glowing. I'm
I thought you
blending
would
in
have
here
been reading a
back
New
now.
Weekly or something
No,
down
well, I
there.
forgot to get. My mum bought the Women's Weekly last week. this week. Sorry, yesterday.
It's now
Sorry,
monthly.
Too much sun. Huh?
We can't do the women's
No, there's
weekly.
a weekly.
Isn't it the
Women's
new
weekly?
weekly?
No.
Didn't the
It's
Women's
weekly.
Weekly turn into a monthly publication?
I read the
sure of
Who Weekly had best bodies.
Yeah, why didn't you get that? It had Cameron
We
Diaz
did,
on the front.
we did Who Weekly last
Yeah,
week.
but it only had John Denver on it.
Yeah.
But next week we'll have a trash.
Next week. Yeah, next week will be big. And we're trying to get one of our reporters in because a lot of people in here don't believe we actually have them.
But we do.
We're going to get one of our English people in there. So
Fast Eddie.
Eddie Gray, if he's in town.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's about all we've got this week. Jeremy, what's happening there? That's about all we've got. Yeah.
We'll be back.
We'll
next
see you
week.
next week. Goodbye.
The week that was. And goodbye, Erin. Goodbye, Russell. We can see them there in the background. Hello. Yes, they're flicking their papers. Speaking of paper, photographic paper, photography. David Moore. David Moore is having an exhibition, The Unseen Images, and it's at the Art Gallery of New South Wales, and it's starting on the 7th of November, which is coming up very, very soon. And I'll be going to the opening, and I'll be telling you all about the unseen images and whether they were any good. 200,000 images, in fact, in his archives. I wonder if he can remember each and every one of them. Well, I'm about to wrap up here, and you can see who's that in the background there. It's Michael. Hello, Michael. Michael and the sports report. Thank you, Michael, and we'll see you soon.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Sports Show. First up, I'd just like to mention on last weekend I went down to the hockey down at the State Hockey Centre at Homebush and watched some of the finals of the women's national finals in the Telstra series. And I went on the Sunday instead of both days on the Saturday, and on Saturday New South Wales played the Canberra Strikers. Canberra won that match, and then on the Saturday as well at 12 o'clock Western Australia played Queensland, with Queensland winning that match. On the Sunday they had the playoff for third and fourth positions, and New South Wales and Western Australia played that game, and New South Wales came out firing, and they scored most of their points in the first half, and I think they won the match 4-1, the final scoreline was, and they played really well. And then they had the grand final, Canberra Strikers versus the Queensland Scorchers, and Canberra came out and scored 2 goals in the first half, and they were going really well. And then in the second quarter or whatever, in the second half, Queensland came out, and in 6 minutes they scored 3 quick goals, and then they scored another one near the end, and they wrapped up the final 4-2. It was a really great game, and it was a great day as well. They also, this week, they picked the Hockey Roos squad with 29 players being chosen in the team. In May, the World Cup will be played, with the Hockey Roos playing in 20 internationals early next year. 3 new members from the New South Wales team made the Australian team, and they'll also be picking other players towards the year 2000. Hopefully we'll be able to get one of the players on in the next few weeks, so hopefully that'll go well. It was a great day, and the crowd pretty disappointing. There was about 1,500, but it was a great day, and hopefully Australia will go well later on. Next up, I'd just like to mention the Melbourne Cup. On Tuesday, the Melbourne Cup will be run, and this is the 137th race in the time it's been on. Some of the favourites will be Doremus, whose jockey will be G. Hall, the trainer Lee Friedman, and the odds for Doremus are 7-1. Might and Power is another favourite with Jay Cassidy, the jockey, and Jay Denham, the trainer, and he's 9-2 for the odds. Alpha is another favourite, and the jockey's D. Beedman with Cummings, the trainer, and the odds for him are 14-1. Linesman is also another favourite with Cassidy, the jockey, and Gay Waterhouse, the trainer. Alpha, this is the first time in 10 years that Alpha Australia mightn't have a horse in the Japan Cup. It is the richest race in the world with a $5 million prize money. Also, the Melbourne Cup is Australia's richest race with, I think, 1.2 million for first prize. It will be shown on the 10 network because the Melbourne Cup Carnival is also on at the moment from 10 o'clock in the morning till 5 p.m. That evening, and the race will be on at around 3 o'clock. So just check your local guides, and there'll be millions and millions of dollars put on the event, as well as the lotto, so good luck in the Melbourne Cup. Next up, I'd just like to mention the women's water polo. This is the first time in over 20 years of protesting that the women's water polo has been announced in the Olympic Games. Australia won the World Cup, which was held in Sydney in 1995, and they also came third in the World Cup in France this year. There will be 6 teams of 11 players competing in Sydney in the year 2000, and Australia should be right up there in medal contention, and they're even maybe predicting gold. If they don't get gold, they will get a medal for sure. So good luck with the women's water polo. Next up, I'd just like to mention triathlon next. Last weekend, Emma Carney secured her second national triathlon World Cup in Sydney. She came in at 2 hours and 32 seconds. The race consisted of a 1.5 kilometre swim, a 40 kilometre cycle, and a 10 kilometre run. She cruised from start to finish, and she had a great race. Loretta Harp came 3 minutes under her in the time as well from Australia. She won the world title in 1994, and hopefully she'll go well in Sydney, and the event was a complete success, and hopefully it'll go well in the Olympics. Next up, I'd just like to mention the rugby union. The rugby union tour has just got underway a few weeks back, with Australia playing Tuckman in their first game, and they scored 12 tries, and they scored about 70 odd points, and they really romped it in. And then they played the other night against Rossito, and they won that match 29-18. It was a very, very hard game with a lot of refereeing decisions going against the Australians, and a lot of strange decisions as well. Australia did score, I think, a quick two quick tries in the final minutes, and they won the match. Australia do play Argentina, I think, tomorrow night or early Sunday morning, and there's only 3 players left from the 1995 Wallaby squad. So hopefully Australia will go well in the union on this weekend. We'll probably give you updates as well. Also, I'd just quickly like to mention the Rugby League, Australia and England play this weekend in the Super League World Cup or whatever, and Australia did play New Zealand a few weeks back in a very good game by New Zealand, and New Zealand came out firing, and Australia played really badly, and New Zealand won the match, and hopefully Australia can pick up their game and beat England. This is the first time, if they do lose, it'll be the first time since 1959 that a touring party has lost, and Laurie Daly actually had an accident this week, slipping down the stairs, so he's out, and Alan Langer got ruled out of the team, and a lot of other players, so hopefully Australia can do well. With the actual tickets going on sale, been on sale for a while, the event was looking pretty poor with spectators, with only about 20,000 tickets sold, but in the last couple of days they've got up to about 30 to 36,000 tickets so far, with 6,000 tickets given away, so hopefully in the next day or two more people will come, and it'll be a great success. That's all for this week's edition of the Sports Show, and see you next week. Have a good week.
You really do have to wonder when a fully grown professional football player falls down a flight of stairs. He is professional with footwork and he falls down a flight of stairs. I sometimes question the value of sport. But if you are into sport, head on down to Reclaim the Streets party in Newtown on November the 1st. There will be a rock throwing competition at Cars. So, yep, do come along and hurl some rocks at those vile, vicious, killing machines that we call our mother's conveniency department of transportation. Transport, film forum. Thank you. Erin, take it away, please.
Very interesting. Hello and welcome to Film Forum for another week. 3 films to talk about tonight. Good films actually. All very good films, so it's very exciting for all of you thinking about going to the movies. I'll start off with a film that actually started last week that I only just caught up with a couple of days ago, a movie called Dream with the Fishes, which is an independent production out of America. Looks like it was made, I'm not sure how much it actually cost, but it looks like it was made on a shoestring budget. It's not a big special effects extravaganza filled with big names. It's very low budget, and it's a very, very good film made with a lot of heart and intelligence. It stars David Arquette, who's probably best known for his performance in Scream. He's a very good actor, appears a lot in independent American films. And Brad Hunt, an actor who I have never seen before or know nothing about. I think this is his first major role, and I think this will really go towards kind of launching him as a pretty big talent. He's very good in the film. It's the first feature from director Finn Taylor, who has previously worked as a writer, and is about a young guy played by Arquette who is a voyeur and also a potential suicide. He's about to jump off a bridge when he is saved or persuaded not to jump by the character played by Brad Hunt, who it turns out is suffering from leukemia. So it's 2 people, one that is going to die but doesn't want to, and one that can live but wants to die. So it's an ironic premise at its heart, but also essentially it's kind of a bit of a buddy film with these 2 odd characters coming together and bringing out unexplored aspects of their character through becoming friends and hanging out together. So it sounds pretty corny, but it's actually it's pretty gritty and realistic in the way it depicts the 2 characters. It's very fresh and innovative, And if you like films that don't kind of take the traditional path, then I think you'll definitely like this film. Despite the lack of money, it's been shot very well. Stylistically, it's very interesting. Has an unusual soundtrack which really moves things along, and appearances from a few well-known faces. Kathy Moriarty from Raging Bull gives a very good performance, and J.E. Freeman is in it as well, and he's very good. So Dream with the Fishes is very entertaining, very good film in a low-key way. So if you like your movies a bit different, then I think this will be for you. Out of $12.50, I would give Dream with the Fishes $10. It's a very good film and well worth seeing. Another film which is excellent as well, which started yesterday, but I managed to see at the film festival a couple of months ago. So I'm a bit cloudy on the finer details of the movie, but it's called City of Industry. Stars Harvey Keitel, Timothy Hutton and Stephen Dorff, and is directed by John Irvin, who is not kind of the most interesting director in the world. Recently he did a film called Widow's Peak, and before that his best known film was probably Raw Deal with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which isn't really much cause for excitement. So when I did watch City of Industry, I wasn't expecting a hell of a lot because of John Irvin being behind the camera. But the script is very, very good, and all performances are superb as well. It's another crime thriller. It sounds a bit like a Quentin Tarantino film, but it actually has nothing to do with Quentin Tarantino at all. It's a completely different style to his and a completely different film. So the plot is four guys decide to rob a jewellery store. They're professional criminals. They all know what they're doing. They decide to rob a jewellery store, but things go wrong. And after much bloodiness, Harvey Keitel is on a path for vengeance. So it's got all the elements of your classic crime thriller, but it's directed with a lot of style. It's very deliberately paced. There's not a lot of dialogue, and it's perhaps most reminiscent of the films of Sergio Leone, in that it's all visual and character-based rather than being about dialogue and plot more so. So it's a very moody experience. Again, fantastically shot. John Irvin creates a very interesting depiction of Los Angeles. The actors are all terrific. Harvey Keitel could probably do this sort of thing sleeping on his head now, but he is excellent. Stephen Dorff, who's a great young actor, gives another terrific performance, and Timothy Hutton, who's kind of going to be a big star but then faded out, is kind of really giving a great performance with this role. So City of Industry is not a hectically paced action type thriller, but a more moody piece that borrows elements of film noir but has a style all of its own. Very good film, very entertaining film, and a film that I would give, out of $12.50, I'm going to give this film 11. It's really very good. If you like crime films, I think you're going to love this one. So check it out. It started yesterday. It should be on for the next couple of weeks. So see that one. And another great film, been very lucky lately with movies, is a film called Dust Off the Wings, which is an Australian film directed by first-timer Lee Rogers, whose history has mainly been in corporate videos, music videos, live broadcasts, things like that. So he's been around the industry for a while, but never actually made a feature film. This is his first go at it, made on a budget of $30,000, very, very cheap, and shot on a new form of video camera called, I'm not sure, widescreen Betacam, and basically just a great story that really succeeds despite the limitations of its budget and the fact that it was shot on video. Lee Rogers himself wrote the film and stars in it with his friend Ward Stevens, who also wrote it. And it's about a young man about to get married to a woman he's been going out with for a while, that has second thoughts on the eve of his marriage. His friends are in his ear telling him he's doing the wrong thing. He's heard some rather unpleasant rumours about the woman he's going to marry, and in amidst a sea of kind of drugs and alcohol and surfing and general macho behaviour, you know, the question arises of will the wedding actually go on? So it's a very bawdy, raucous, raunchy film that is filled with foul language and very blokesy type behaviour that some people may be offended by, but I think it's not really a positive, well, it's not really a supportive view of this kind of behaviour. I think they do critique the way these characters act, but it is very raunchy movie, but extremely entertaining. While it's not exactly the slickest film in the world, it's extremely entertaining, and you can tell that everyone involved in the film, a lot of them non-professionals, non-actors that are just friends of the directors that he's managed to rope into the movie, are all great, and you can tell that the film has really been made with a lot of heart, a lot of honesty, and on the whole is a really, really gutsy effort. It's also a very intelligent film that's an interesting dissection of the 90s male, and it's all filmed around Bondi on location, so it's got an almost documentary feel to it, which is fantastic. I really love this film. I think everyone should go out and see it. It's one of the best Australian films of recent times, and is a real cracker of a film. So it started yesterday, and it's on at the Greater Union Cinema in town, and Suburban Cinemas, I think. But yeah, really go out and see this one because it is very, very good. And out of $12.50, I will give this film $11.50. It is really good, so go out and see it. You will not be disappointed. And I must say, it is rated R, which is very, very unfortunate for the filmmakers because it obviously cuts out half the film's potential audience. I think it's a movie that would appeal to younger audience members. So if you are under 18 and you can get some sort of fake ID or sneak into the cinema, I think that's what you should do, because there's nothing in it that is really bad. I mean, I've heard 6-year-old kids swear a lot worse than the guys in this movie do. There is some drug use and a bit of sex, but it's really, I mean, considering that awful show Sex Life is on TV and kids can watch it, I think the censors are all dickheads and they should all be shot, because this film, I think they're just picking on a small Australian film, and, they all suck, and this film shouldn't be rated R and everyone should be able to see it. So, yeah, up the censors, but, dust off the wings is great, so $11.50 for that one. That's all I have time for this week, but I'll be back next week to talk about another Australian film called Heaven's Burning with Russell Crowe, and Gattaca, which is the new film with Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman. So I will be talking about those interesting movies next week, and I'll see you then.
Erin, you amaze me every time. Your knowledge is just so...
Bullshit.
I was going to say deep in it, but yes, that's... Anyway, that was Wisdom Chambers Youth Review for this week. And of course, we're all looking forward to another week of Film Forum and the Sports Show and Vegans for Christ and Couchbots and Milligram and the week that was and Webbed. And Helen has a mystery segment once again. And a big round of applause for Wisdom Chambers Youth Review.